Guys, I almost didn't record this episode again. And the reason has nothing to do with time, energy, or strategy. It's all about perfection. If you've been delaying something you know you should be doing, like posting or launching or speaking, publishing a book, this episode will explain exactly why that happens, how it shows up, and what finally made me stop letting it stall my work and my goals and my dreams. This might be the episode you didn't know you needed. It's been a little bit of a while since I recorded an episode, but wanted to post a quick update plus a themed podcast that relates quite well to the situation I've been in lately. Anyway, and that is this. But I know better. That's my theme for this whole episode, but also as known as waiting for perfection to start or keep going in my case. And I've got my notes right here. It's been a while since I recorded an episode, so please pardon any stuttering ahead of time. I'm kind of out of practice, but it's been a long time since I posted an episode, like I said, and I want to get into the reasons for that. But first, I need to have a frank discussion with you, as in you watching this video or listening to this audio right now. I'm not talking about other people, I'm talking about you. And my question for you is this: is there anything in your life right now that you are putting off doing because you are waiting for the right circumstances? You're waiting for the the right things to fall into place, the right people to show up, the right time in your schedule, the right health, the right finance of the money. Did I already say finance? I can't remember. Money. There we go. That's a new word. But what would bring you immense joy to do right now, but things aren't falling into place yet for it, and you are waiting for those things to fall into place? My question for you is could it be that waiting is actually hurting you more than it is helping? And I think down in your gut, you're going to know the answer to that. And I think for many of us, including me, the answer is yes. Waiting sometimes does hurt. Many times it does hurt more than it helps. Because we're waiting for that perfect thing to happen, and when it doesn't happen, because we haven't created the circumstances for it to happen we blame everything except ourselves. We're like, oh, well, the house wasn't ready and I couldn't get things ready. I couldn't get things clean. My health is bad. There's always going to be an excuse. And if you're always using those excuses as reasons to not start, then you're never going to start. The right circumstances will never get there. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a personal side note. My stress levels have been so bad over the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've almost stopped eating. And that's only happened to me a couple of times in my life where I am so incredibly stressed that I stop eating. But I knew that I wanted to record this episode today. And so even though I'm very nauseated right now, and I could have probably justified waiting another week, I did not wait because this is so important to me. I'm tired of waiting and I'm tired of things not falling into place that if I just did something, if I just created the circumstances, then the rest of the stuff would fall into place for. And I want to talk about why waiting for perfection is a bad idea. First, there is no perfect moment. Life never stops being messy. Schedules never magically open up. As you can see, I am showing you how messy you can't even see the stuff that's underneath me, how messy my office is right now. I homeschool. We have 3 kids, and my 6-year-old is incredibly, he's just like me. He's very extroverted, but unlike me, he's also very angry all the time. And so if I'm away from him for very long, he starts to take it out on everything and everyone else, which is understandable because, I'm a writer. And so he's like, I need attention right now. And I don't want him to feel like I'm not there for him. And so I leave my door open and he comes in and he plays in here and he makes a big mess, which again is fine. But if I wait until my office is perfect and clean to record an episode, I will never record another episode. And so there's never a perfect moment. Life is messy. It's not going to stop being messy, and you've got to stop thinking that cleanliness or that order, that lack of chaos will eventually come because it's not going to come. And I hate saying that way, and I hate being a downer, but you've got to make the most of where you are right now. Perfection is a moving target. Even when you finally start, you'll wish you could go back and do things differently anyway. And boy, when I watch earlier episodes of this show, geez, man, I wish I could fix it. But that's the whole point. If you don't start, you're never going to progress. Um, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But waiting usually means procrastination disguised as preparation. I'm like getting all these things in place, getting all these things in place, and then you stop back and you step back and you realize you've actually been procrastinating this whole time, not waiting to have things set up, procrastinating. Um, okay, so you learn more from doing than from planning. Real growth happens in motion, not in contemplation. So, the analysis paralysis. A lot of people get that where they're just analyzing, 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 and then they never pull the trigger because they're in the go, or sorry, in the ready, set, 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 and they never, or ready, aim, 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 never go. They never hit go. So ready, aim, go, or ready, set. What does it go? Get ready, get set, go. Yeah, set, ready, and never go. Most opportunities come after you start, not before. Doors will open when people see you in motion. Nobody respects somebody who thinks a lot and doesn't take action. Action is how people judge you. You judge others by their actions and you judge yourself by your intentions, but everybody judges everyone else by their actions. And you're going to be harder on yourself than you need to be, or maybe softer on yourself than you need to be if you're basing everything off of your intentions and not your actions. So stop judging yourself if you're not acting, and stop going soft on yourself because you're waiting for perfect time. Kick yourself in the tush, be kind to yourself, show yourself grace, and get moving. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes emotionally. So if you're constantly, if you like, basically with this podcast, I've been thinking about it for a whole year. It's been almost a year. Oh, it's been over a year since I released an episode, and it built up quite a bit in my mind and my emotions. I'm like, I need to be doing my podcast. It brings me joy. I want to be helping people through this media. But it became such a big thing that I was like, nope, I've got to wait till this is ready. Got to wait till this is ready. Got to wait till this is ready. And it became harder, a bigger pill for me to bite, another bigger pill for me to bite, a bigger bite for me to take, a pill to swallow. Anyway, fears feels justified when it's wrapped in I'm just waiting for the right timing. So maybe the reason you're not acting is because you have fear. Fear is very normal and it's healthy actually. Fear, anger, all of the negative emotions are actually healthy emotions. Your body does not know the difference, and it's okay for you to feel negative emotions. It's when those negative emotions cause you to stall or not act or not move forward and not progress, when they keep you in a loop, this endless loop that never stops, and you just go, 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 go around and around in it. That's when it becomes a bad thing. Okay, so why it's totally okay and actually better to start imperfectly. You can refine as you go. Make little adjustments as you go. Fix things. I'm going to do this a little bit better next time. Just recognize that you are growing, and you can't start growing unless you actually start moving. Your first attempt is supposed to be your worst. It can't improve if it doesn't exist yet. Like, I look back on my first few episodes and I'm like, ugh, cringe, right? And I'll probably look back on this one and go cringe. But if I don't start, I won't have the opportunity to progress, which means I will never see this episode and go, oh my goodness, that this episode is actually really, really bad. And I'm so much better now. I'm not going to get there if I never start. Let's see. Going back to my notes right here. Starting creates clarity. You can only discover what you truly need after you begin. And so that analysis paralysis, it doesn't go away until you take action. It doesn't go away until you actually set things into motion and give yourself something new to analyze. Right now, you're probably analyzing the same data points over and over again, and your brain's got to be exhausted by that. So give yourself a break and take action. Take that first small scary step. Speaking of scary, momentum builds confidence and action shrinks fear. You will gain confidence as you give yourself opportunities for little wins. So for me, I'm going to get confidence from publishing this little tiny episode that I'm recording right now. That is a win. Small beginnings lead to big breakthroughs. Most success stories, they start tiny, right? I mean, authors don't become overnight success. They start with a little tiny thing that they continually worked on. Big podcasters out there in the podcast sphere, they start as small things. And so let's see what else is there. Like any company that provides service, any person at all that is wanting to do something to help other people, you're going to start small, and it's going to feel embarrassing possibly, but that's okay. It's totally fine. You're probably judging yourself more than other people would. And if they are judging you harshly, then who cares? It doesn't matter. They are not your people. They're not the ones, they're not your tribe, right? Consistency beats perfection every single time. It is important to be consistent. It's also important to be persistent. Never not giving up, continuing, continuing, continuing. That doesn't mean like consistency is important, but I believe persistence is even more important. Consistency would be like releasing an episode the same time every single week, or publishing a book once a month, or whatever, for your particular business or particular situation. Persistence means even when things get horrible, you stop, you don't give up. And that could mean changing your consistency. That could mean being inconsistent but persistent. That could mean swapping things around completely and taking on something totally new. It just means you are persistent and you're not giving up. Now, perfection feels like the smartest move in the moment, but it's really just a stall tactic. Success comes from starting messy and adjusting as you go, not waiting for flawless conditions that don't exist. And I'm having to tell myself that because that's the reason I didn't start this episode or this podcast for such a long time. Sorry, somebody just started vacuuming right outside the door, and I don't think you'll be able to hear it because my microphone doesn't pick up things like that. But okay, so in my case, when it came to my podcast, and guys, this is silly. I would not record if my hair wasn't right. And I'm like, look at me right now. My hair's going to be up a lot because I don't have either the time to do it, and because of the stress I've been under this year, I have lost hair. And so my hair doesn't look the way I expect it to, or what I feel is, video worthy, right? And so I've been doing my hair up a lot. And to me, up hair means undone hair. Like if I pull in a ponytail, it's not in a ponytail right now, it's in a messy bun. But I wouldn't actually record in the past if my hair wasn't down and pretty. And I wouldn't record if my office wasn't clean. If the lighting wasn't perfect, like I had to wait until I've got a window right here and I've got a window over here. And I wouldn't record until the sun had just moved out of the view. And so it wasn't directly on my face, but where I still had that morning sunshine, because this is facing east, I wouldn't record unless the sun was in the perfect spot. And then once it became afternoon, it's 4 o'clock p.m. right now. Back when I used to be recording, this was off limits. This was not recording time for me. And now I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to record at night if that's when I have time to record. And I'm going to record, I'll record in the morning. I'm just going to record whenever I'm in the mood and ready to it. I'm not going to wait until perfect lighting. I also wouldn't record if I didn't have time to do the thumbnail, the right thumbnail, or an SEO title or SEO filled descriptions. And right now, guys, I've decided moving forward, I'm not going to worry about SEO anything. Yes, I know better. Guys, marketing is my thing. I love marketing. It is my number one passion when it comes to business ownership. But if I wait until I can do the perfect thumbnail, the perfect description, the perfect title, the perfect everything, I won't do it because my stress levels are really high. And in order to bring my stress levels down, I need to feel like I'm providing value in the world. I've got that client that I've mentioned in the past. I'm still working with him. He actually furloughed us for about a year. And so that's one reason why we didn't have income, but we're working together again. And my stress levels went off the charts insane. I was so stressed I couldn't even write. Anyway, but this kind of thing, teaching and helping people be successful, this is what brings me joy. I'm very passionate about it. I'm like, you know what? I need to be doing something small that makes me excited and brings me joy, even if I'm super stressed, even if I'm not feeling my best, even if I can't have that perfect thumbnail or that perfect description or that perfect title. It's more important that I use my voice to help people than it is that I have perfect marketing. And that's saying so much, guys. Gosh alive. Andrea from a year ago, or even like 8 months ago or 6 months ago, Andrea of that long ago would have been embarrassed. But guess what? I'm not. I'm letting go of it. I'm letting go of all expectations of myself. So, like I said, my office is a complete wreck. My son comes in here and plays. My older kids, like the kid that's right here in third grade, comes in here and plays and does math and homework. And my husband got me flowers today. He went to Costco and he's like, Andrew, you've been really stressed lately. Here's some flowers because it'd been a while since we had an income, and so now we've got a bit of an income. And so he bought me flowers, and just really, really grateful for that. And I've got them in my office where I can see them every single day, and they bring me joy. But I'm doing my best to do things and seek experiences that bring me joy rather than wait for perfect circumstances. And I'm really hoping to help you do the same thing with your life. So there are several other reasons why I stopped recording shows. Some of them are incredibly personal, even more personal than the twins that we lost to miscarriages in March, which still just kills me. We've lost 4 babies now, and heartache this year has been a constant friend. Like I can't even I've cried more in this past year than I've cried in my entire life combined, and I'm not a crier. Heartache, constant companion, depression and anxiety and panic attacks, things that I don't normally deal with and don't normally experience often have been really, really constant this past year. And gosh, and I'm not gonna be able to get over it until I feel like I'm doing things for other people again. And like I said, we also went an entire year without income. My books still aren't selling great. I'm going to address that in a future episode. Again, I keep burning out on my books and not focusing on them, but I do have a massive update, and I have been working on them behind the scenes quite a bit, like massively over the last few months, and really looking forward to continue that. Anyway, so I've also realized I was trying to force myself to be something I'm not. My biggest strength is my ability to focus. I've mentioned this before in my podcast. I am very good at focusing, and over the last few months, I've struggled with finding something to focus on. And if I'm trying to maintain a specific schedule that doesn't allow freedom to choose a new project or a new focus, I start to feel suffocated. And I was feeling suffocated by my own show. So the first iteration of the Andrew Pearson Show was all about finances. As you'll remember, I became a certified financial coach and really love finances. That's one of my favorite topics. But unfortunately, it only satisfied about 20% of my first personality, and I started feeling suffocated. I started feeling stifled. I've removed those episodes. Luckily, there's only like six of them, so it's not a huge loss. For those of you who are like me and like to go back and watch people's first episodes. The second iteration of the Andrea Pearson Show was business and successful business tactics, which is also something I'm very passionate about. And that also, though, that also only satisfied about 20% of my personality. The new iteration of the Andrea Pearson Show is going to be me providing value under whatever topic most interests me most at the time of recording. So it's also, so basically, like if I wake up and I'm like, I'm really interested in finances today, I'm going to record an episode on finances. And then the next day I might wake up and think, I'm going to talk about marketing. Or the next day I'm going to be like, I might talk about mindset today. But another thing, it's also going to be it will also include me mentioning my faith in Christ, because I've learned that when I keep that side of me quiet, just to make others comfortable, a massive part of who I am dies. And I just start getting even more depressed. And it's, like, this is not a Christian podcast. This is not a religious podcast. It will have elements of that in it, though, because that is me. This show is going to be my show, which means everything that interests me and is important to me. So, business, success, finance, marriage and relationships, boundaries, positive thinking, affirmations, mindset work, focus, growth, all of that. And instead of following a specific schedule like Marketing Monday, which is what I did last year, I'm going to teach on whatever I'm most passionate about at the time of recording. So, and like I already said, my biggest goal is to empower you, is to inspire you, is to impact you with my messages. I want you to act now to make your life better, to take that step you've been hesitating to take. And I want to provide you with all the knowledge I have that has made my life better, that has helped me take steps that I've hesitated to take, including this one, starting up my podcast again. So right now my focus is on the fact that it's okay not to have things be exactly right before starting. And my focus is also about continuing with less than, even when I know better. So less than perfect marketing, less than perfect SEO, less than perfect descriptions and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just going to do the best that I can with my current circumstances. And I do want to hire somebody eventually, but that's down the road, right? Hire somebody to help with all the SEO stuff. Anyway, so it is better to release a book even if it's not perfect. In my case, it's better to release an episode even if it's not perfect. It's better to start advertising before your whole brand is polished. Like, depending, it doesn't even matter what business you run. It's better to sell the simple version of your product, like a low down, low grade version that is a mini of what your big goal and big dream is, and upgrade later. It's more important to release that little guy before you focus on the big one. It's better to open your doors with a basic website than to lay your entire business waiting on a really awesome one with all the bells and whistles. It's better to start a newsletter now than to wait until you have the right automation sequence in place, which, gosh, again, Andrea of me is 6 months ago, a year ago, would have been like, what the heck are you telling them? Automation sequences are so important. And yes, they are. But guess what's more important? Starting a newsletter. Because if you never start your newsletter, it doesn't matter what your automation sequence is. If you'll never use it, right? So having the perfect automation sequence won't even matter. Anyway, and so I am moving forward with my show to the best of my abilities with no promises, no commitments, nothing to hold myself to that will burn me out quickly. I mainly just want to provide value to my audience, the people I love and want to help. That's you. And I'm really hoping you'll join me and just stick around, right? So, that's pretty much it for this episode. Go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button, the bell icon to be alerted to future videos. Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's been a long time since I posted an episode. And my plan is to release an episode every single Tuesday. And I'm just going to, okay, so again, my focus strength. By releasing an episode every single Tuesday, that does not mean I'm going to be recording weekly. I'm going to be binge recording because I do better when I record a whole ton at once and then schedule them out so I can be focusing on other things while those episodes are uploading in the background. I don't even have to think about them. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. But make sure you're subscribed so that you can come along with me. And thank you so much again. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.